Struggling with anxiety? You're not alone. But what if I told you anxiety isn't just one thing? It's a complex spectrum with 7 distinct types. Misunderstanding this could be why nothing seems to work. But here's the kicker. Knowing the type of anxiety you're dealing with is the first step to overcoming it. In this video, we'll break it all down, clear, actionable, and game-changing insights to help you regain control. Don't miss out. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit the bell for more life-changing tips. Introduction to DSM-5-TR and anxiety disorders. The DSM-5-TR serves as a compass for mental health professionals, guiding diagnoses across the U.S. It's not just a book, but a structured map to understand the intricate workings of the human mind. Imagine wanting to build a house without a blueprint. That's diagnosing without the DSM-5-TR. It's possible, but chaotic. This framework ensures consistency, clarity, and a shared language among experts. Now, the aim here is simple: unravel the 7 anxiety disorders. By understanding them, we can start to see how psychology and neuroscience shine a light on emotional health and mental resilience. The importance of naming disorders to seek solutions. Naming a disorder is like turning on a flashlight in a dark room. It helps you see what's hidden and find your way forward. Without identifying the problem, solutions often feel out of reach or even impossible. For instance, someone struggling with constant worry might feel stuck. But labeling it as generalized anxiety disorder can open doors to resources like cognitive behavioral therapy or mindfulness exercises tailored to their needs. This clarity isn't about wearing a label forever. It's about building emotional intelligence. It's about creating a roadmap toward emotional resilience and growth. Risks of self-diagnosis. Self-diagnosing is a slippery slope. It's easy to read a list of symptoms and feel they all match. But without professional insight, it's like assembling a puzzle with missing pieces. Misleading and potentially harmful. For example, labeling occasional stress as an anxiety disorder might lead someone to unnecessary treatments. Or it might make them ignore deeper emotional causes of diseases like trauma or repressed emotions. Professional evaluation avoids these pitfalls and brings clarity. Plus, myths like anxiety is 100% genetic can trap people in hopelessness. Understanding the role of neuroplasticity and habit change shows that the brain can adapt. Difference between normal anxiety and an anxiety disorder. Anxiety, at its core, is a survival tool. Feeling nervous before a big presentation? That's your brain sharpening focus. But when anxiety lingers and disrupts daily life, it signals a deeper issue, an anxiety disorder. Think about a fire alarm. It's helpful when there's danger, but if it rings constantly, it becomes a problem. Normal anxiety alerts you. An anxiety disorder overwhelms you. It makes it hard to function in relationships, work, or even basic tasks. The key is self-awareness. Learning to spot the difference helps you seek support before patterns solidify. Anxiety, a spectrum, not a fixed state. Anxiety isn't an unmovable mountain. It's more like a dial. Some days, it's barely noticeable. Other days, it feels cranked to the max. This fluidity means it can be managed and even reduced with the right strategies. For instance, someone might feel mild social anxiety at a party, but experience intense panic in public speaking. Recognizing the spectrum empowers individuals to approach their triggers with tailored tools. Tools like gradual exposure or relaxation techniques. The beauty lies in neuroplasticity. The brain can reorganize itself with consistent effort. It creates new patterns of resilience and emotional health. The 7 types of anxiety disorders. Generalized anxiety disorder feels like carrying a heavy, invisible backpack of worry every day. It's not just overthinking. It's an ongoing battle with worst-case scenarios that often feel out of control. Social anxiety disorder makes simple interactions, like meeting new people, feel like navigating a minefield. Avoidance becomes the norm, but small steps, like practicing conversations, can make a huge difference. Panic disorder strikes suddenly, like a thunderstorm on a clear day. Racing heart, short breath. Your body screams danger, but the threat isn't real. Agoraphobia isn't just a fear of open spaces. It's the fear of being trapped or helpless in certain places. Therapy often helps individuals regain confidence step by step. Specific phobias can be oddly specific, a fear of heights or even buttons. While they might seem quirky, they can deeply impact daily life, making targeted therapies crucial. Selective mutism silences individuals in specific situations, like a child who chatters at home but freezes at school. Encouraging safe environments can slowly unlock their voice. Separation anxiety doesn't just affect kids. Adults, too, can fear losing loved ones, creating distress in relationships. Anxiety-related disorders. Anxiety doesn't walk alone. It often brings company. Disorders like OCD, obsessive-compulsive disorder, or PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, intertwine with anxiety. These conditions intensify anxiety's emotional impact on the body and mind. For example, someone with OCD may feel trapped in rituals to ease their anxiety. PTSD survivors might relive traumatic events, sparking panic and distress. These conditions highlight the importance of understanding the brain's responses to stress and trauma. Other companions, like eating disorders or substance abuse, often mask deeper emotional health issues. Tackling these requires an integrated approach, addressing both the anxiety and its related behaviors. Impact of anxiety disorders. Anxiety doesn't just live in your head. It spills into every aspect of life. It can disrupt sleep, strain relationships, and even weaken the immune system. This shows the psychosomatic connection between mind and body. Emotionally, anxiety can feel like a constant tug-of-war, draining energy and stealing joy. Socially, it might lead to isolation, avoiding events or loved ones out of fear. These patterns can feel overwhelming, but are far from unchangeable. Behavioral habits, like mindfulness or structured therapy, can reverse the impact. For instance, learning emotion management through cognitive behavioral therapy helps rebuild connections. Treatment for anxiety disorders. Anxiety doesn't vanish on its own. It requires deliberate action. Seeking professional help, like therapy or counseling, is a powerful first step. Cognitive behavioral therapy is especially effective in reprogramming the brain's response to fear. Building habits like journaling or practicing mindfulness rewires emotional responses over time. For instance, keeping a gratitude journal can shift focus away from fear. It promotes emotional resilience and a growth mindset. Alternative treatments, like meditation or neurofeedback, complement traditional methods. With consistent effort, it's possible to reclaim control and embrace a life with purpose. Promotion of an educational course on anxiety. Imagine a 30-day journey to master your anxiety. This course combines videos and practical exercises, offering neuroscience-backed insights. It provides strategies to manage emotions effectively. Each day, you'll explore tools like habit building, self-awareness, and emotion management. From understanding psychosomatic illnesses to embracing positive psychology, the lessons are designed for real change. Don't just wear the label of anxiety. Transform it into a stepping stone for personal development, ready to rewire your brain and create a life driven by purpose. Now that you know the 7 types of anxiety, what's your next move? Will you take control or let it control you? Start small. Try journaling your thoughts or practicing mindfulness. How can you challenge your habits and reprogram your mind for growth? Remember, anxiety doesn't define you. It's just one part of your journey. Let's talk. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or questions. Together, we can turn knowledge into action. Ready to make the change? Let's keep the conversation going.